Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Patrick here from Play Clash of Clans, bringing you guys the next episode of my quest to the top 200. Okay, so we're at 3291. We lost about 40 since the last episode because I was losing a lot on defense. So we're going to make sure to make that up and get even more trophies to put us around 3260. So that's about 70 trophies. All right, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Barbarian King twice. Thanks to AppNana for hooking me up with the gems. You can check them out in the description below for a way to get free gems. But yeah, it looks like only one more level for our Barbarian King and he'll be fully maxed. And then we can start working on some of these walls. I actually went to the gem calculator. If you Google Clash of Clans gem calculator, you can tell how much money it takes you to max out your base or how many gems. And I think from a base to go from 0 to fully maxed out is somewhere around 11,000 US dollars, which is insane. I don't even have to give examples to tell you how insane that is. But I think on my base, I still have, like, even though my base seems like it's fully maxed out, I think I have like $3,500 worth of walls left to do, which is nuts, is absolutely nuts, and makes me even think about, should I even do level 11 walls? Yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and attack. We got Homie84 right here. He's got 24 trophies. I went ahead and baited his Barb King and Archer Queen. You can see his clan castle is a little bit too deep in his base for me to reach, so I'm not going to be able to get his troops out of there. So I'll pretty much just have to save at least 2 lightning spells to take care of those guys. All right, so right now I just dropped my Archer Queen. My witches are already out. Clan Castle troops just got near that Wizard Tower, and since that Wizard Tower is in my way anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and drop my 2 spells to take care of both of those guys at once. All right, so it looks like my heroes are doing a good job. I'm hoping the Barbarian King stays far away from that Inferno Tower and it doesn't take him out. We'll just have to see what he does. Witches overall are doing a good job. They're sticking together. You can see I dropped my last 3 spells. I dropped the 2 lightning spells in the mortar, my 1 jump spell to take care of this last layer of walls, even though I had my wall breakers. And it looks like we're doing pretty well on this base. All right, so the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen, they went right, which is a little bit annoying, but I think we're going to be okay because of all those witches and wizards in the center. So let's go ahead and see what happens. We're at 47%. Looks like we'll get an easy 50%. So the last thing we're going to have to worry about is the Town Hall. So let's let him go ahead and take out this last Wizard Tower. And then we'll just go ahead and flood his base with skeleton minions. And we should be good to go for this base. All right, so looking where we are, we're at 55% with a minute 20 left, which isn't too bad. Just depends how many of my witches can survive this. I already lost my heroes, which is going to be a pain if I was trying to get 3 stars. And I don't think I'm going to have the chance because of the time limit. We only have about a minute left and we're only 60%. Plus all my witches you can see are pretty much dead. So from here, we can go ahead and surrender and quit this battle. Okay, so for his trophy count, he had 24 available, and since I got 2 stars, that means I'm going to get 16 trophies, so definitely pretty happy with that. Plus, I got a good amount of resources, got a nice bonus, 120,000 gold, 120,000 elixirs, so that was pretty solid. Okay, so moving on to the next base, we have Lord Voldemort, which is a pretty solid name, and it looks like his base isn't fully maxed out. He still has those air defense to upgrade, and the cannons I see up top, and that Inferno Tower. So let's go ahead and attack him because he has 31 trophies available. I've never really attacked a base that looks like this. It's sort of a southern teaser style where there's a lot of stuff at the bottom, but you know what, not really because there's a bunch of walls down there. So let's go ahead and attack through the top. My most important thing with this raid is my wall breakers, because if my wall breakers start going crazy and they start breaking the stuff on the left and on the right, it's really going to set me off and it's going to make my witches split apart. So what I'm hoping is like what the wall breakers are doing right now. They're going to the center, they're destroying that little intersection right there, and that's going to give my witches and my king and queen an opportunity to go through the center. So it was sort of nice. I had some extra wall breakers. I can just spam those guys. There's only 1 more layer of wall left, so I can do that, even though I have the jump spell. And then finally, I'll just drop my lightning spells and start taking care of some of those mortars. That way my witches don't get ambushed and have them all get and take out at once. All right, right now, don't have too many buildings destroyed, but the Town Hall is about to go down. We have the Archer Queen shooting over the wall, and that's going to give us our first star of the day. And then now we're just looking to get that 2nd star. We still have some infantry, like I'm dropping these archers right here. Those are going to steal me some buildings. Still have some barbarians. I guess I'll drop those guys too. And it looks like we still actually have a really good amount of witches. Even though they didn't all go to the center, The ones that went to the side still survived. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty simple 52%. I'll surrender there. I don't want my Archer Queen to get hurt anymore. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. We'll get a total of 20 trophies, which is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you this because the amount of trophies I'm seeing now, it literally takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to find a base. I sort of want to do a video for you guys to show you how ridiculous it is to try to find bases up here, but you guys would probably fall asleep. These 3 battles I'm showing you today, they probably took about an hour and 10 minutes to find and film. So yeah, it's getting pretty crazy. And I can tell once I get to 3,400, 3,500 trophies, I'm just going to have to sit down. I'm going to have to play for like 24 hours straight and just grind it out, or else it's not going to be any fun, because pretty much it's impossible to find bases unless you search forever, and it's a total pain. I can only imagine what it must be like for top players who are only getting 1 trophy per battle. At least I can find some bases that have like 25 trophies available, 30 trophies available, but eventually it just gets terrible. I mean, I can't tell you guys the amount of times that I try to raid and then I search for 40 minutes and I can't find any good bases to attack. So yeah, anyways, that's just me complaining about Champions League. It's getting a little bit stale up here, but that's what happens when you're getting into the top rankings. So looking at this next base, he has 3 layers of walls. We got to break through to get to the town hall. I've already broken through 2 of them, as well as I have the jump spells doing work right there. So that's pretty good. But you can see there is a wizard tower right there, which is sort of a pain, but it looks like it didn't get all my witches. Okay, so we're not going too bad. All right, sitting on 40%. Looking at how else I can get some last percentage points. I have some infantry. I don't even think I need it because we have my barbarian king on the side. So you know what? That's still going to be an easy 2-star, and we can surrender right there. Okay, so another 2-star, another 16 trophies, very solid. I had some really boring raids that I cut out. There were just some 1-stars on like some easy bases, and I want to show you guys. So I just showed you those 2-stars, and we ended up at 3,365 trophies. So that's pretty solid. I'm really happy with that. Hopefully in the next episode, we can start to sniff 3,400 trophies. Again, I think the top 200 in the world is 3,600 the last time I checked, but I'll have to check after this video. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like and a favorite if you did. I'm posting a new video tomorrow. I think it's either going to be this giant raid that I had recently or a 3-star battle that I had on a max out base. So vote which one you want below, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.